The Violators didn't have a tour bus, a road crew, or even enough room in the trunk. They had an old car with a bad muffler, a back seat packed with cables, and just enough time to make it to the club before anyone noticed they were late. Rehearsal ended with one final crash of the drums, and nobody said much after that. They just moved, guitars into cases, amp heads under arms, cymbal stands folded and thrown into the pile. Every piece of gear had a scratch, every case had a broken latch, and every second felt like it mattered. They slammed the doors, squeezed in wherever there was space, and tore out into the night. The club was only a couple miles away, but it felt like a race across the whole city. Streetlights flashed over their faces. The engine whined. Someone in the back was holding a snare drum between their knees. Someone else was still taping up a busted cable. Nobody looked calm, but nobody looked scared either. This was the part they knew best, barely making it, then making it count. When they pulled up behind the club, the sound from inside was already shaking the walls. They unloaded fast, dragging amps through the back door, weaving past bartenders, stacked crates, and people who had no idea what was about to hit them. On stage, they set up like a machine coming to life. Pedals clicked into place, cables snapped in, the drums were raised, the guitars were tuned, and then they disappeared for one last minute to change. When they came back, they weren't the same people who had just been sweating in a rehearsal room. They were the Violators. The lights dropped, the crowd leaned forward, smoke rolled across the stage thick and low, then fire burst up in a sudden flash. And as it faded, the Violators' logo appeared behind them, sharp and glowing through the haze. For half a second, everything was silent. Then the first chord hit, loud enough to shake the floor, and the Violators began to play.